Hey guys, Tryptic here. This is video number 2. Let's go.
I'm bored. I'm not spamming anything.
This was also recorded on the 4th of July, 2021, and is a 4 versus 4 game. I don't even remember the map. Is this a Roddy?
What are you
No.
Romulan.
I'll
Maybe
post
we
it.
should feed Defiant.
Oh, this map has a lot of nice little moons. Oh yeah, that's Sutee.
Defiant, buy your supply right away.
So, let's see, what version
I'm
is
gonna
this?
do,
Can we figure it out?
Recycler and feed you massively.
What is the... It has a shield icon.
So as soon as you have the spare slot.
Does that make that Admiral's Edition? I think it does.
Let me know when you
Ooh,
need to
let's
feed it.
guess. What version was Admiral's Edition on in July 2021? I would... Well, okay. Because right now he's on 15, 16 as of this
I will be
narration.
getting incubators eventually, but I want to feed you
16.
for ships.
Well,
I'll
one-
make
1.1.6.
my biggest rush that I can to get to Warbirds.
So
Maybe you should do
around
the end.
this time, he was
I've got the long
probably
avatar for them.
version 106 or 107 is my guess.
It's one of the more
Um,
used 4v4 ones lately.
Oh, I think they just said what the map was and I wasn't paying attention.
Yep. You can send the Sims through there or whatever.
Ha.
I've done
Oh
that
yeah,
before.
there's a purple nebula path in between the two players. So let's see. Yeah, so I am Borg in a non-Triptychs mod version, which means I have to be very careful about losing ships. Like, losing ships is death for the Borg, because not only do they lose their resources, but they have a very supply-heavy and collective connection-heavy economy, which they depend on. And in later versions, Admiral Nat actually made it so that when they lose the ship, they get a refund of some of their collective connections, just a small one. But that was, I don't think that was in this version. So in a situation like this, the Borg are considered to be kind of weak in these big team games. The reason being because they have that curve of they do better with smaller armies. As long as there's a small fleet, a Borg sphere can just be a bully all day long because it's not going to die, so it's a matter of getting kills. However, when there's multiple players in the fight, that phase of the game ends very quickly.
They have at least one Borg.
And a Borg sphere by itself is just a juicy target. So you have to fly around with your allies, and the fact that some of your stuff doesn't repair as easily becomes a big problem. So yeah, I have
Like,
allies.
What if
I have Drayzon and Ugly, and I think Jokarr with us.
It's not a terrible thing, although Nat did nerf the probe, like all the scouts, because of what's happening.
Pardon me.
Yep.
So I have to decide if I want to go early and get some scout cubes and
Sutee
dodes,
has got Klingon
which will
Saber
basically
3.
become useless
Klingons
in the
in a
fight
Borg.
after a while. Or I could try to just save up for, spheres, basically, because even like assimilators are not going to be able to cut it.
Alright, the recycler is recycling. It's a good thing.
However, my personality is that I tend to not.
Wait, when it comes
I
to
get
my-
experimental about a lot of things, unfortunately.
I'm not
And I
a
believe in this
big
game,
foil.
because I just tabbed through it really fast. I think I do not go spheres first. I get impatient. I can't wait for 50 connections. Another option is to just go diamonds first, which many people do like to do in these games, which leaves the Borg horribly, horribly undefended for a long period of time.
They're scouting.
But when the diamonds come out, you
Sending my
become
scout
pretty
out.
insane.
To defend.
So yeah, here we have, there is two Klingons. That's
Okay,
probably
so what we
Shadow
do is
and
we try to get
WarpCore.
the Klingon scout
Shadow being
onto it,
orange, WarpCore being purple.
Since we're bored, right?
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
bad.
funny thing going
I'm
for
going
that
to
kill. I don't know if they
Klingon
actually get it.
scout.
Because I have, so the Borg scouts are also slightly, well, they have decent damage output, however. Oh no, that's 3 of them. Starmaster Prodigy is also Borg. That is 3 scouts trying to kill a miner. That's funny. They might get away with it though. Because like I say, I don't have any combat units. Although the Klingon constructor, once it's done building that yard, can come back. Yeah, okay, he just pops the Katinga. He's like, fine, you can have that.
The same scout.
Oh yeah, and this is dangerous for me
The
because
Borg one has 80 crew. It's gonna take too long. Go for the Klingon
because
ones.
Klingon scouts deal bonus damage
but
to
You can still chase them
scouts.
off.
So
Even if they
his
click
scouts
out, you're
could kill my
chasing them
scout.
off.
Don't Katinga. Oh no, Katinga. That's so expensive. I want that.
So
I want
yeah,
that scout.
the Katinga conversion is interesting because you do get a combat ship,
Have it.
but also you did lose the miner. So that is a lot of mining time you lose. However, it's also a Tritanium moon
Oh,
in
What the- who
a
took it?
non-Triptychs
I have
mod
it.
game, so
You got it.
the actual value of that moon
Weapons
is
are
very
in-
low.
they're down, but you have it.
yeah, they're killing.
Although you will notice that Borg need Tritanium in this version.
You know, I need to
Most
send
other
my
factions do
miners
not.
down and do some additional-
Wow, I was really getting some lag in these games. I do get a lot of lag because I'm in central US and almost everyone else is Europe, with a small number of people on like East Coast US, I
Do you
think.
have supply generation going, Defiant?
It is
You know,
unfortunate.
because the Romulan supply generation is trash.
It's better than my incubators, I think.
Not by much, but when I have the resources, I'll upgrade to it.
I'm gonna build an incubator then as soon as I can, when it's not gonna kill me my normal money.
So from what I'm hearing,
Oh, my scouts! I got a cloaker now.
I'm pretty sure Ugly the Great is yellow,
It's a good thing.
and he's Borg along with me. I'm guessing so much. Oh yeah, so Admiral Nat had already been adding the mixed tech options in this one.
Won't let me cloak them.
Admiral's Edition adds a
Because his
large
weapons
number
are-
of mixed
they're
tech
probably on
options,
cooldown, to be fair.
which are
It's
very
just been
powerful.
repaired and stolen.
Wow, that is really crawling. I think maybe we set it to high latency after this. The ongoing dueling scouts.
Sutee is making a couple of bombs. He is temperature.
State objective. Vessel construction complete. State objective. Confirmed.
I have been struck speechless. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna guess what these people are, so if I get them wrong, I'm so sorry, but I'm thinking this is WarpCore. He's Klingons. He's got a field yard with nothing building. That means there's a battle yard at his expansion. Or possibly on the right side, if we haven't scouted that in a while. And he's probably going for armory first.
Unassimilated species engaged. Instructions received. Confirmed.
Yep. Oh, there's no battle yard. That's
WarpCore hasn't got a yard.
yeah. There's Drayzon even calling out like he doesn't have a yard. That
I suppose he's gone and set up shop someplace
that means
else.
he's got a
He's going forward. He'll have shit on like he's going.
yeah,
forward, set up
exactly.
on
If
the
he
left
if he
flank
builds
like
that
he's done
battle yard
before.
there, I'd need to stop that because that's them.
I need to upgrade
They'll
the
take that,
supply.
and it is tricky as
Yeah,
you can see here
yeah,
because the
give me
Borg
five
don't
feet,
really
give
get
me,
that.
like, 500 lithium and
The
I'll
Borg do
upgrade.
not have a repair yard, so in a big team game, it's very difficult for the Borg to claim a forward moon like the other factions can. In Tryptic's mod, the adaptation matrix actually is a repair yard with allied repair. So, yeah, you guys should play
I
Tryptic's
am
mod.
running that recycler in both, and I only have one incubator, so I mean I'm gonna eat my.
So this is I see now. So this is kind of a panic dode. Oh, that sucks. I'm stuck with 75 tritanium and I can't build this little node. There it goes. So yeah, my panic dode
Tryptic, I can constantly hear the Borg commands through your mic.
My panic dode
Shadow
has high
is
damage,
going
but I don't know if I'll be able to
all the
stop
way
that
at the
battle
top
yard from
of the
going up.
Klingon tech. So
Wait, is
he
he
might
over
be
there?
doing Borg's house.
Did he head to the left instead? Yeah, I'm curious, and so is in-game me. Where the heck did you send your constructor?
Yeah. If he goes to
Oh,
the right, I'll send a warbird
yep,
to him.
that's where I'm guessing. Okay, and as we just heard, yeah, Drayzon is Muriel Romulans, and he's getting warbirds. Yeah, this is when I have this sinking feeling.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, I didn't
It
intercept the
seems Shadow and
constructor.
WarpCore are both doing the big warship move.
You know what? I think my recording didn't record my mic. Or maybe my mic is on a separate
Did
track.
someone put on high latency or something?
So we have the other people's voice, but not mine.
I just turned it off.
Or maybe that's just in the version I'm listening to right now, and I'm talking over myself all the time. Yay. Well, I'll just turn down the original audio. In the future, I am going to separate the tracks. I did find a program that lets me do that, so I'll have all the voices separate from the game tracks, and I'll be able to edit them separately. Or just remove them all. Mostly, let's be honest, we don't care about what they're saying in game.
If they're doing
Yeah.
slow builds.
They're, like, two of them are doing slow builds from what I've seen, so I don't see why not.
Just do nodes too.
Station construction complete. We are one.
I'm gonna go and munch something with my Drayzon.
Huh. Okay, past me. I'm not sure that's the best idea.
Yeah, I can still hear you, it's fine. As in, I don't hear the voices, but I can hear you fine.
So in a game like this,
Although
there are
that's what
also
it was,
moons in the corners.
hear the voices.
So there is the Scout Cube is a fantastic ship for raiding. I mentioned it in my previous recording, but the most valuable stat for a raider is maximum DPS on one ship
Building a pinger
or two ships, preferably fast.
when it's ready.
But even like fast isn't even as important
Yeah, I think
as
just
cheap.
spam pinger nodes and plant
And the beautiful thing about the Borg is because one, or in this case, two Scout Cubes, they gain a bonus to their damage to small. A very large bonus in this version. And they're fast, and they're relatively cheap. I mean, they're not that cheap, but the thing is, if there's an undefended expansion, a mining position with no defenses,
The constructor, so he doesn't get a battle.
you can just send in, oh, that's interesting. There's a battle yard that we might be able to snipe. Oh yeah, we'll definitely be able to stop that from going up, because I think they were also raiding Drayzon. They were raiding somewhere, so like we know the Klingon fleet isn't there. Oof, the lag. Oh, a third one. That was unwise. Maybe I was planning to just like deal with the Klingons who had all those, those Burrells. I think this is me like jumping the shark and just getting tired of like, oh, I don't need to go for anything big. I'm impatient, and I just like, let's just go a bunch of Scout Cubes, which is not the best idea. In Tryptic's mod, they're better, because in Tryptic's mod, the Scout Cubes can regenerate. So at least if they get stuck on low health, they're not stuck that way forever. And those Scout Cubes, they will do a lot of damage to the birds of prey if they're ever in the same place as the birds of prey. But the problem is,
God damn,
in-
Sutee's a fucking asshole, isn't
in
he?
these versions,
Yeah, I'm gonna start
they do
turning
almost
up.
no damage to battleships, and a lot of
But
what
you're
we're
gonna have
facing is
fight
going
the
to be
ships off of
battleships.
you For me to plant.
But I don't have any ships currently, apart from one which is off fighting.
White. Does White have anything to protect your expansion
No.
while I don't turret?
He is also away fighting.
I see a juicy target. Oh yeah, and that's when I realized Ordnance. So WarpCore is built like no ships until super late game,
Oh, maybe my dome turret will be strong enough to
because
fight him off.
Armory
There's
gives
only-
you the
There's
Vorcha
only 3 bombs.
cruiser, but Ordnance Depot gives you the Luspet
What is your next ship?
and the Vutpa,
it'll
which
be
are
done
like
in
their mid-late game battleships with very high stats. The Lispet in particular is an interesting one because I'm not sure. Oh yeah, there it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Its weapons deal a
Lispets
little
won't
bit of
do
bonus
shit to
hull
you.
damage, and I don't know if they stack properly, so there might
I'm
be some
worried about
issues
the
with it.
vulture.
But it just has really solid combat stats, and it has 80 AI, so which doesn't help it here, but reduced damage from medium range is going to help it against all the warbirds. Yeah, there I went for a Dode. That was a questionable call. I question my past self. Although I have been killing miners. I think at this point I was like, you know what, I'm not going to be able to contribute to a big fleet fight. I'm just going to go kill all the miners I can. I was bloodthirsty.
I think those ships will die quickly to a Dode, even though it's not a very powerful Dode.
Although there, yeah, okay, that's special. But you can see the
Yeah, it's only
the
bobs,
Lispet
though.
is just going to take no damage at all from the Dode. Although it's going to deal almost no damage because ADAI means
Yeah,
it deals
the
reduced
vultures
damage to
are-
support ships, which is what the Dode is.
Technically, Dodes counter vultures, but it's so weak it doesn't.
So that is also true though. Like the Lispets will not really be able to kill the Dodes all that easily. But that isn't that good of a consolation because the Dodes just don't have much defense.
Sutee's a real fucking dickhead.
And the Lispets
decloak
are
right
pretty
away, right?
fast.
He can decloak right away if he wants to.
Whatever, I'm gonna try to plan.
That is the issue there, where the Lispets outspeed
Flew
the
the
Dodes.
opposite
So
way,
as
right
you
on
can
top.
see, as long as the Dodes can't kill the
That Dode
Lispet,
all
the
the time.
Lispet can just follow the Dode forever until I find a safe place. They can chase me all the way back to my base. And these really long chases are how ships die, especially Borg ships. For the Borg, like positioning and maybe
He's
getting a
going
forward
off and
turret or a
mid-mail
forward
ship
starbase
because
are
he's
so
an
important
asshole.
because it reduces how far they have to run back from a lost battle. It's okay, I'm killing all your miners.
You got one Dode turret up.
Yeah, I don't know. The 3 scout cubes passed me. You could have done it with 2
I will
scout
send the next one
cubes.
to your expansion.
Oh no!
I'll send one to
Did
the
I
one
not
I'm
run as
sending
fast as
to
I could?
where we'll get
Yeah.
eventually.
If I lose that Dode, that'll be unfortunate. Because like I said, it's not about the resources, although those too. It's about the CC that you lose. Oh, I think I got out. Although, even though the Dode did get out, it's still a dead Dode. Like, because it's still, its hit points are
Yeah,
so
vultures
low,
aren't
it's going to
great versus
repair
the
over like
Dodes, and
5
the
minutes.
Lispets won't do any damage.
Need you to
to
guide-
them.
And not having it
guard
for
the
combat
Dode
for
turret
5
was
minutes
great.
is
Yeah,
just
I have an erection
such
that's
a
going
loss.
to be sitting there too.
Ooh, and the Lispets come in. And we have to run away. That is the downside of intercept Dodes because, like I say, they deal reduced damage to battleships, which is what the Lispet are. So my Dodes can't fight them at all. I just have to run. But I'm also the fastest ships in the game other than scouts, so those can just go kill someone else's mining.
Gonna put it
And now I'm going to have 5 Dodes,
Yep, that's
but
fine.
technically only 4. Fighting against Lispets that I can't kill. And the enemies can cloak, so they can ambush me. I don't know. The Borg need better cloak detect, and recently I've actually been giving them better cloak detect. Just a little bit better cloak detect. I made it so that the sensor relays have cloak detect pings by default. So if you really want to, you can drop like 10 sensor relays all around your fleet and have cloak detect.
No, I'm fine.
But they
really.
cost 10
Just-
supply
just
each, so it's
going
still an
slow.
investment. But yeah, this is where like the fact that they have the cloak detect and I have the Dodes just means my fleet is so shut down.
What did mine
This
do?
makes Dode
Like,
turrets
it's
more
so
valuable
dangerous for me to
so
move out.
It'll be easier to hit shit.
Nope, the bobs.
Oh, you're supposed to be.
Yes, I am here, but because of the fucking lag. So you can thank my
You're gonna
DM
have to have a
latency.
pinger scout next time. I'm not.
I have a pinger scout.
Wow, is this the lag jumping or is it
But
the
you can thank
recording?
the fucking lag for this screw
No, I
up.
need a pinger scout next time. I don't need to be having these Dodes get blown up.
Well, I will say one thing. My Dode production is going very solidly.
Yeah, obviously he's going for a cube.
Drayzon pointing out that Starmaster Prodigy has not done anything this entire time, and thus probably is going for cube. That means this probably is after the cube rework. So in Admiral's Edition, he reworked the tactical cube to fire on additional targets and made it crazy stupid strong. So yeah, Starmaster Prodigy is probably doing, like, building no combat ships this entire game until he gets a cube. And so when he does, that cube is going to be super dangerous. And like my Dodes will do nothing against it because it's a battleship. So I'm basically negated from the final fight against that cube. Although I can try to kill some stuff with my scout cubes. And yeah, Jokarr on the left. I'm pretty sure that's Jokarr. He's got some Veklerogs, which are nice. They have artillery range and engine disable, so they're decent against the cube. But he doesn't have as much as he could, it feels like, at this point. And he didn't really raid Starmaster. So I don't know what he's been building this whole time. I think I just go back and try to kill a freighter. Kill a miner.
Here, over here.
Yeah, there we go.
Can't upgrade it. Other than it'll just pop it. Oh, wait, let's do the bottom first.
I guess that's probably why I made the third scout
another
cube, was
piece of
because I
scout
knew
up top.
I could,
Don't worry,
I
I'll
needed
save
3 to get through that Borg miner armor.
And WarpCore's attacking Joker.
We're turreting the bottom right now.
Yeah, at this point I'm just like, more Dodes. I am, like I said,
Yeah,
I'm
they're just
negated
distracting
by,
us until the Mighty gets a cube.
I'm negated by the cube, and I'm negated by the
There's
Lispets.
the Bob spam next to your Dode's trip. To the right.
Okay, your corner's safe now. It's been turreted.
Thank you.
I can't turret the top yet.
There's Ugly the Great building a Dode relay, which I think is a terrible plan. I mean, yes, it protects against raiders, but it's such an investment, and it's a Drayzon's expansion. I guess it helps because Drayzon's expansion has been raided a lot. But the thing is, the birds of prey can just go raid other spots. Defense in this game is tricky. It's hard. Because they can just fly around you, they're faster, and the investment to protect yourself is so high. Like, it's often just better to let yourself, go raid them instead and just, like, let your stuff die, and then rebuild it. It does depend. I guess, if you're like Federations and you build a phaser platform, that will discourage small raids. But then they'll just come back with like 5 or 6 ships, or they'll go somewhere else. You're not protected until you have one at every single base. I think there was an American general in the Civil War who said, like, what did he say? He was like, stationary defenses are a testament to man's stupidity. Or stationary defenses are monuments to mankind's stupidity.
I think the Dode got it. It was just a scout.
So yeah, I got
there's
caught by the
scouts and bombs
Lispets.
all over the
I think
place,
I'm trying to run, but I'm pretty
chasing
sure
them
my
down, killing
scout
them.
cubes, I lose at least 1, probably 2.
Oh, these bombs are about to get their ass whooped by your turret.
And at this point, we're like, okay, you know what? I need to go in there with my Dodes. Like, I need to do some damage
I've been spending a lot of money on my Dode turrets. So.
before anything happens. And sadly, I don't have a lot of allied fleets to go with. I can show up with Jokar's stuff, but it's not very fleet powerful. Oh yeah, and there's another Dode relay.
I'll do one more Dode turret.
Oh, and there's Ugly saying he's going to do another one. Sorry, Ugly, I can be mean to you now that you've left our community. This was such a bad game. This is such a stupid game.
No, I can't.
I mean,
I'll
I'm
do
being
Dodes
kind
all
of
for free, but
stupid
it'll
by
give me
building a
every-
bunch of Dodes, although I
Right.
did get to 7, so like I've got some firepower.
I don't have the nodes. I only got 50 nodes.
Oh yeah, this is me being like, hey, can you build a diamond or something? But yeah, like Ugly,
Diamonds beat cubes.
he just built all these Dode turrets, and they're so useless.
There's cloakers that can go on top of the diamond.
They're not going to help us in the fleet
None of their
fights.
cloakers have anything.
They'll protect like 1 expansion, but okay, yeah, and there you see we have so much
have
firepower. I
three
was like,
ships
please,
anyway.
can we just kill this 1 Lispet?
Oh, that expansion.
And I think, oh no, he cloaked out. Oh no, I think I was also hoping I'd get weapon disables with my Dodes, but the chance of that is very low. One sec. So yeah, I don't even think, yeah, there's the Lispet docking. We didn't kill one. So yeah, I'm killing a bunch of miners. Yeah, one scout cube in your backfield is like the worst feeling, or the best feeling if
I'll
you're
need
me.
a cloaker scout
Yeah.
in my base to start.
Yeah,
taking
in this
scouts.
version, so yeah, in Tryptic's mod, I lowered the extremity of the adapted photons, so that they still do almost nothing to battleships, but they do well. No, they do reduced. In this version, though, they do like 30% damage to battleships out of their total. So they're extremely reduced damage, even though it also takes increased damage from support. So in theory, the damage against the Luspets is still high. You can see the Luspets also have a lot of defense, and like we just can't kill the sucker. If this was Tryptic's mod, you'd be able to drop sensor relays, and you'd also have high energy slicer. And oh, actually, some enemies have shown up here,
Yeah,
right?
this lag is the worst thing possible for Vex.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Okay, there's actually much more. Yeah, there was Jokarr mentioning having it on high latency is also quite bad for the
The
Veklerogs,
bosses are actually terrible versus the dudes.
because the Veklerogs are they engine disable and they kite. Oh, that's why I was doing it so much. Yeah, I was doing the Dodes because they are so hard to micro against in a laggy game.
I'm only at 90 nodes right now.
Because like ordering your ships
And then
to
speaking of scouts, there you
to
go.
run away,
One of them has
to
been
get away
revealed
from them
for
is
you.
so difficult. I think that's what I was going for. And as you can see, they're not doing the worst, although Jokarr lost some ships there. Like, the Dodes do have damage output. It's just the fact that they're so hard countered by battleships. It's really absurd. I do not like counters where things deal less than half of their normal damage to things. I think that just makes the game... It unbalances the game, because not every race has 80 AI ships, or has like various things like battleships in this case, like these effective battleships at this tech level. And it also it makes the Dode like too powerful against early game ships and too weak against late game ships. So so I actually said this is me being like, okay, we need diamonds. I have to
I've
climb
got my pinger scout.
the tech
my fleet
mountain.
sitting on top of your constructor or wherever you can build the cube.
Oh,
If you
sweet,
need
I
the
actually got it.
resources, just say I can give you dilithium.
I might have enough.
Oh, okay. Here's Drayzon offering to give us stuff. And also, you'll notice I finally used up my starting supply, so now I also have to get supply production. Oh, and that's when we find out, oh, look, it's not cubes, it's diamonds. My one scout cube killing stuff. I love it.
One anti-long
But yeah,
range, I can
2 diamonds, and they probably have nanites, which is so bad, because they can engine disable you and they can just snipe you from range. And Dodes actually lose pretty hard to diamonds. They can get some disables. They don't usually get engine disables, because even though the Dode has a decent subsystem disable chance, it's mostly life support.
10 things away, I'll probably have the money to...
And disabling life support on a diamond doesn't do anything at all, because like it's not going to run out of crew and you're not going to board it. Oh, I remember now. So I'm like, okay, but if I have 1 diamond, with nanites,
scouts.
and I use the nanites on the enemy fleet, and then the Dodes fire from a distance, like that could be okay. But I have in general, like, the time of the Dode fleet has already passed, and it's become almost 100% useless at this point. Like, I have 9 Dodes and I can't kill anything with them. It's so sad. And yeah, Jokarr doesn't have
Just enough money to get this thing going.
I think he got raided
No,
at his
every yard.
at his expansion dilithium and like never rebuilt it this game. This was a while ago. He's gotten a little bit better since then, but
Otherwise, I'll just build another yard and start
like
yarding.
he didn't build his bottom left corner mining, and I don't think he ever rebuilt his expansion
I put a
dilithium
couple
either.
turrets around Joker,
So like
'cause they seem to
this
not-
entire game, Jokar's been on like 1 moon pair.
Yeah, they're complete beacon room,
While, like, for example, Mighty, you'll also notice the wing players have additional dilithium moons and tritanium. If you look at Drayzon in the bottom right of the minimap, he's got his home, he's got his expansion, and then he's got another, like, split expansion, like dilithium, tritanium, dilithium. So he's on 4 moons. I'm on 2 moons. Ooh, yeah, here I get
Can't move my...
attacked by
I'm
a
now-
crap ton of loose bets. And even though I do get a nanite diamond out, Or no, I don't. I don't have diamond. I don't have nanites, so that's enemy nanites. So yeah, there's enemy nanites
Yeah, my
down
fleet's
on
on the
my
way.
fleet, which is so bad. And even though I do have a star base, yeah, there's more. I'm so dead. But yeah, I've been playing this whole game with like 2 dilithium
Titanium
moons.
for defensive, they're hitting it.
The wing player Drayzon has 4,
Send the cube there.
and Jokarr has 1, I think, maybe 2. So like we did kind of have a lot of our mining negated by this. Also, you'll just notice there is I think it's Klingon mixed tech. It gives the diamonds the Yttrium burst, which is like a AoE damage special. It's the pink beam you'll see.
Cube is on the way.
And I think it's been nerfed since then. I think this is the original version that was very strong. So like
Come down.
those diamonds have
To my ship.
extra damage as well. Yeah, and you see, oh no, it's all battleships. I can't do anything, even when I run away with my dodes. Oh, maybe I am getting, when a dode dies, maybe I am getting a refund. It's a little hard to tell, but yeah. So there, Drayzon comes in, and he's got some nice Nyrexons. They'll be able to fight this, but there's just too much. I think that was 2 separate players, yeah. WarpCore and the blue player whose name I'll put in the description or the title. But yeah, there's just too much.
Going as fast as I can to find it.
Our team was not building as much. I built the wrong stuff.
PUV's ships.
You'll notice that
Killing my Dode turret over.
Ugly
here
has
in
built
expansion
absolutely
is
nothing
freaking
this
minor.
entire game to fight. You can hear him in the background. He just said he made another Dode turret. I think he made like 4 or 5 Dode turrets this game. He put one at like every single one of Drayzon's expansions. So yeah, that's what happens when 4 people play against 2 people.
Cube is coming. I'm gonna be.
Oh
joining
no,
you.
okay. Oh, there
Diamond
was a
south.
cube.
Tryptic, due
Okay,
south.
I take it back a tiny bit. Although if you
Oh,
hadn't
it's
built the
gonna die
Dode
before it
turrets,
going to
you
the
would have had that
east
cube
to
like
die.
2 minutes earlier, and he would have been there for that entire fight. But okay, yeah, there is a tech cube.
Now,
Uh,
fine. Are you nearby?
it does have. Was
Lost
that
my
my
ships
nanites
there.
or his? No, he has nanites too. Yeah. So
Oh, that's a Tryptic diamond. I need it. Oh no.
It's a mighty diamond.
yeah, no, I just died.
What's left of your base?
Okay, so I'm gonna be a little bit mean here because once again he's left our community. Ugly is he there's no nice way to say this. Ugly's a coward. Sorry, but Ugly is when he played with us, he was notorious for running from fights constantly. And like in that fight, like it is important to be cautious sometimes, especially when there's big cloak fleets around. You could get jumped on, but also we just lost everything, and all he really needs to do now is
Fine, do you need money?
get any kills he can.
Can you build it?
Yes.
And right when a
the
cube comes
yards
out,
trying to
wow,
build
my voice is awful. 1 sec.
Nyrexons.
Make sure you get your titanium stuff upgraded.
When you just
Yeah.
nope.
Cube, what do we do with it?
We go and stomp Warp, please.
They've retreated, so we could go attack.
Okay, gotta edit that out. So when you just build a cube, you need to be so aggressive with it. You need to fly straight towards the enemy and throw down nanites. And so he's got attack cube. It's the strongest unit in the game,
Turret up, Tryptic or something.
certainly in this mod. And he needs to fly it straight towards the enemy,
Generating supply fast
and he
enough.
needs to kill something with it, or else every moment that passes, the enemy's building stuff and we're not.
I can stop all. I'll pause.
Okay, yeah. So he is moving out. He is moving out with it. He is going to go attack. He's probably going to lose it, but it's going to be a glorious last stand. It's really sad that I didn't have all my dodes. Looking back, okay, I can't just be negative on the other people. Although you can see, yeah, the enemy are they're getting kind of cocky. Like they've got so much extra money at this point.
You just can't bring defense.
Jokarr still hasn't really mined half of his stuff. I have lost my fleet because I built horrible ships and didn't transition. I should have transitioned after like 3 or 4 dodes, like straight to spears or diamonds. So, and also when that fleet was coming, I should have sensed it. And when the cube was almost ready, I probably should have abandoned my entire base. I probably should have. Oh yeah, look at that. Drayzon actually had money. I think he was struggling to spend it all. Oh, right. This is where I'm like, hey guys, I could go for a cube.
Just lay in wait, fine.
Well,
But if I had retreated my entire fleet, just got taken the diamond and the 9 dodes and just left, like run away, we might have done a lot better because I could have, if the dodes engaged along with the cube, I mean, the dodes still die pretty fast, especially those diamonds and all those Klingon ships that can decloak. But if I had, been psychic and I had been able to predict that he had all these guys. What am I looking for? Oh, yeah. Was that Ugly's base? No. Was that WarpCore's base?
This does a lot of damage.
No.
it's fully upgraded.
That was Ugly's base.
I'm actually taking.
Ugly had 2 Dode turrets in his starting base. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the me that I can't hear because I have my own voice disabled
I have lots of supplies.
is like making fun of him right now. But yeah, he built 2 Dode turrets next to his own starbase. What a jerk. Like, we needed that. Ugh. Yeah, now that I've looked at this map some more, though, I'm really surprised. I had forgotten how the middle players
Yeah.
literally have half the resources of the wing players. Because the wing players get 4 dilithium moons and 3 tritanium moons, and the middle players, both of them, only get 2 moon pairs, unless they go for that forward dilithium between the top and
I
bottom.
want to kill Blue's new forward expansion.
Sure.
So yeah, that's not fair.
Your shipyards.
Like,
We need those
you need your,
workers.
like, sometimes you could maybe have one player get a little bit more resources than the other, but like twice or half as much resources. And there's the funny thing is, yeah, the Dode relays are dying anyway, because Dode relays have very high defense, but their offense isn't that high. Dode relays are a very tricky thing to balance and design.
I'm gonna send you 2 new Dode turrets when you kill it up, and I'll return it up.
there's Ugly saying he's gonna make 2 more turrets.
Yeah, that was meant to. I'll just stick it on your starbase, or near your.
Anyway, we are a small community,
Yeah.
and when
It's
we're
gonna be
in
near
a
your
small
starbase, you can
community,
build stuff there if it's not
there will
super
sometimes be
expensive.
disagreements with people. And when those disagreements come, it's just important to
Did we
remember.
leave the area?
I don't even know.
I'm fucking trying.
Yeah,
Don't
It's important to remember that no, I take it back. Ugly was just really bad at this game, and it really frustrated me.
Did it like?
I'm right, you guys are wrong. And there's, oh, that's so rough. He almost got the engage on the cube, but
He's
he
attacking the corner with a bunch of Lapets, or whatever they're called.
I don't. Yeah.
didn't. It's
We
important to
don't
remember
produce
that
your
actually
stuff.
I'm right. You guys are all terrible, and you should always listen to me. Oh no, I'm 300 short of my cube. Okay, predictions,
another
because
cube.
I honestly don't remember this game.
Yeah, I wish.
I predict I'm going to start building a
I have
cube.
enough money for it.
Oh, I'm building it in Ugly's base. Oh, that's why I flew it all the way down there. He's even got another chassis started himself.
Oh, I'm 500.
I
short,
predict
damn it.
they're going to kill our cube, like right now. We're going to build another cube,
Cube's done.
and then they're going to kill those 2.
That's
I mean, that's a pretty easy prediction. Yeah, 4 diamonds, and there might even be diamonds on the right side too. Oh, actually, no. The fact that the diamonds are over there is a pretty good sign that the cube isn't going to get killed on the right. But I'm certain, I am very certain we did not get 3 cubes together. I would have remembered that, even if it had happened a year ago. So I'm sure the cube is going to die before we have a chance to join it with 2 more cubes. And then, okay, more predictions. I'm going to play aggressively with my cube, and Ugly's going to retreat his cube and like not join me.
Oh, they're gonna find the cubes. This is not good.
Or maybe it'll die in construction.
Let's hope that he doesn't find
I
them
don't
in
think
time.
it does, but maybe.
Don't lead him to the
I'm
cubes.
not going. That's
50
the
seconds for the cube.
Maybe they just get aborted. I'm planning to make cubes
upgraded my
and other
starbase all the
Borg
way.
ships a lot harder to snipe in the future.
Going for a KO on me is what's going
Because
on.
while it is interesting, I
my
think
fleet coming
sniping
down
Borg
there.
ships under construction is just not that fun of a mechanic.
Glad they don't see
I mean, it
cubes.
feels great if you do it once, but it feels so awful if you're the Borg player. I'm thinking I'll probably make it so that, like, your starbase gets a defensive field that makes, like, building Borg ships
Yeah, when those
invulnerable.
cubes get done, they'll be able to
So
see
if you
the
build
base.
it right next to a starbase,
Yeah,
maybe
I
even
have
like a
pink
well
scout
upgraded
just sitting
starbase,
nearby.
as if you build Borg ships like right next to your
Cubes just about
starbase,
done.
they can't snipe them.
WarpCore is dickweed to me.
Hey, look, 2 cubes. Oh, this is a cooler game than I remember. Although that is ugly starbase dying because the
Not
Dode
sure how
relays
spare
weren't even at a
builders.
starbase. They were like down at his little expansion. The expansion no one ever raids. Okay, I say that, but I raided Shadows with my scout cube, but still. Here we come. I think I didn't even have nanites. Yeah, I didn't get the transmission matrix, so I couldn't even get
Garbage.
nanite technology, which is super important for cubes, because you're so slow. The only way you catch things and you decloak enemies is with nanites.
I don't see him anymore.
Yeah, he cloaked right before the Romulans came in. Well, okay, I've been down on this game, but this is kind of a slugfest. Like, we've lost. We've definitely lost. There is no hope of
Going
the
for your
bottom team to win
starbase?
this, but
Still running the
Drayzon's got a
Jokarr.
decloaky scout, and he just decloaked this entire fleet.
Come on, Doturk, give us a ping.
And, like, I've got a
Oh, he's turned to the
starbase. I
left?
think I
I've
upgraded
already
weapons
picked him,
once.
so I wouldn't worry.
Oh, yeah, Ugly put a relay there. Hey, look at that. It came in handy. Because the
Oh,
relay
no, he wants to
has a
scout.
decloak ping. So we're actually going
I'll build
to hit a
more.
bunch of Klingon ships. And maybe kill one, I'm not sure. This is one of the things to keep in mind in this game. Like, sometimes you just got to keep flying. Like, even if you're in the worst situation, if you just fly away, you'll probably get some of your stuff out alive. So wait, did Ugly's
Got
first
4
cube
up
die?
at the moment.
Or did it make it all the way back?
Yes, but I've just been raided to death all game by nobody, by everybody. And you get
Weapon
miners
building
get
turrets.
Resources transferred.
It looks
Oh,
like
now I'm being raided.
Drayzon
it's
needed to
WarpCore
rebuild.
in his little ditch.
Are there actually 3 cubes?
No, I'm gonna be.
Did I
really
remember that
slowed down.
wrong? Did the cube die on the right side while I wasn't paying attention, or did it fly all the way back and I just remembered this wrong?
Sutee's base.
It's actually really hurting quite a lot.
Maybe we did have 3 cubes together and I just didn't remember it because it was Ugly in charge of it.
To improve ourselves.
You know how expensive it is to rebuild those miners.
We wish to improve ourselves. Station
I'm
construction.
more
There's
than-
2 relays.
I can't build
I
anything
think
in a while.
Yeah,
I
sure.
think at the end of this
That's kill
game,
mighty.
Ugly had built like 8 relays. Because he's got 2 at his expansion, 1 at my base, 2 at Drayzon's
killed off
base. That's 5.
Myself.
Another one next to Drayzon's expansion. That's 6. He had one in the bottom right corner, I think, and the right expansion of Drayzon. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8. But I think there was another one that got destroyed and he
I
rebuilt.
think they're running back.
So
think so.
that's between 8 and
I'm
10
almost
Dode
dead if I don't.
relays he built this game. Oh, there's 3.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's so at least 9.
It actually is. He will shut me down 100%.
At least 9, probably 11 Dode turrets
and his
this
ships
game.
move, mine do not.
He just built turrets the entire time. He's basically like, we were the campaign bad guys of this game, where we built like just
Well, this is why I wanted to feed
no
Defiant.
attacking
I wanted
guys.
the ship so he could defend
They
me
have a
and
bunch of
shut
attackers, and
this.
we just build defenses and let them come return.
My economy is
Yeah,
shut down.
I
I'm not
remember
building
now.
for a long, long time.
Yeah, so the cubes are slow. You can't choose where you fight with a cube. You can't chase things with a cube, and I was trying to tell him this. So yeah, instead of coming with us to attack the enemy with 3 tactical cubes, which would have actually had a chance, Ugly sent both of his tactical cubes all the way home to try to catch a Klingon enemy who was clearly just going to leave. Like, that Klingon fleet can fly 1 screen away and just cloak and stay there. And he'll never catch it. He'll never get it. And if he leaves, they'll raid him again, and he'll be like, see, I left my base. And then I got raided. It's logical that I should never leave my base with any of my ships. Oh, sweet, I got nanites. I actually did get transmission matrix and nanites, and I think I'm actually working towards a second cube.
I'm now rebuilding my scout.
And there is a
fleet,
bunch of
so-
directions. However, yeah, there's the... I think Mighty's economy is so high, he's probably got like 2 more diamonds back here. In addition to those 4. Nice little decloak. I throw down nanites. Remember, kids, nanites decloak cloaked enemies. So always throw them down when you think there might be something there. It's also a good way to catch cloaked scouts.
We serve the collective.
There's a Dode relay building. That's like Dode relay 11 or 12, I'm pretty sure.
Well, then maybe my cube will die.
Initiating new directive. Unassimilated species engaged.
That's at
Come.
my home base again.
Let us see how much damage we can deal. Yeah, next time I narrate, I'm going to have to get my own voice in there so I don't talk over my past self.
Moving a bit closer.
Or upgrade your starbase. I'm fighting these diamonds, they're dying. He's not moving them away. I already killed 1 diamond.
What? Ugly killed diamonds?
He's got more diamonds coming in. My cube's gonna die.
Oh, there's the other diamonds. Okay. So there were a total of like 7 diamonds before this fight started.
He's I'm in his nanites.
And there is a problem with fleet operations. In Tryptic's mod, I've changed it so that nanites don't stack. So if you have many things casting them all at once, the disable chance will stay the same. In other versions, though, they do. So if you cast like 5
now I'm
clouds of nanites on something, it will disable everything.
There's the trap.
It's like you can't stop it. Yep, and there's the decloak. Boom. Oh, that was the
Cube is just popped.
the field of fire special, but then yeah, it dies to the diamonds. And like they probably could have done this to us a little while ago, but they finally did.
Yeah, it is pretty bad.
Yep, I think did I kill Star Rush or Prodigy's Starbase? I think I did. Yeah, and there's just so many incubation chambers giving them supply.
Vessel construction complete.
Joker's dead unless he gets a ship out.
State objective. New directive. Initiating vessel
So
construction.
there's his 400 supply. He built so many incubation chambers and yet
Can't
wasn't
afford to
like
build
feeding
cubes,
us.
so.
I'm getting too cynical now.
They're coming after
Let's look
me
at the
now.
positives.
Huge
So the
fleet.
top team are having a great game, you know. Their mid player actually died off. I hadn't noticed that, but WarpCore like lost everything. Was I not
Coming
paying
to kill me
attention when
off.
WarpCore
Yes,
got
I
killed?
upgraded it.
Did I kill WarpCore
It'll
as
take a
well,
while, but
or
I'll
was it
do it.
all? Well, WarpCore is
He's
gone,
losing a lot.
except for his
Just
roaming
surrounding
fleet.
my base.
And like I say, oh right, blue is Sutee. I'm pretty sure
Still, I
orange is
don't
Shadow and
think
blue is
those up
Sutee. So, but there's still, so like we've actually torn down a lot of their stuff.
Your
The
diamond
problem
back.
is we
He's gonna
can't
pop it.
overcome the
Get your
diamonds.
diamond back.
It's not possible. You see it there's my diamond. I threw nanites down. I was proud of that. I'm trying to run, but I think he got an engine disable on me. Yeah, and there's just too many diamonds. And the problem is diamonds are a perfect victory against a cube. Because they are longer range, they're faster, and they can shoot backwards. So technically 1 diamond kills 1 cube because it can just fly away and kill it from range. It doesn't actually work that way because the cube can cast
Oh, no,
nanites
die.
and the diamond
It's not
might get
that
engine
before.
disabled, even though the diamond also
Joker
engine
will
disables the cube.
Fly down to help this fight. now.
And the cube does regenerate, although you'll notice that the cube that people build, the tactical cube, which is triple torpedo, 1 beam, 1 regen, or well, either a beam or a regen, and then 2 tack plates. That cube everybody builds has like the lowest regeneration rate of any cube because it has the highest combat stats.
that's for building
So
diamonds myself.
most cubes regenerate kind of fast, but these don't. And so, like, that cube taking that damage
Okay, what are we doing?
is going to be out of commission for a
I'm
while.
going
And
down to try and
when
kill
there's this many
Shadow-
diamonds,
Shadow's ships
they really
and the
can just kill the
diamonds.
cube without the cube being able to fight back.
You have a cube here and some diamonds. Okay.
So, yeah, I'm still having fun. My cube hasn't been sniped yet. I think we still have, yeah, we still have 2 cubes total. Because the one that got sniped went off by itself.
Well, yeah, I'm not asking you to move your cube.
I need to
And
collect
actually, at this
Jokarrs.
point, Starmaster Prodigy has lost quite a lot. Although he
So,
probably can
forget
rebuild
about
pretty
me, I've been
easily.
raided all
He's still
game.
got the node
The
levels,
Jokarrs
giving
do
him
jack shit against the types of ships
CC.
everyone's fielding now. Don't bother.
Oh, yeah, there's Jokarr. He's got Quebec's. The second small, like
Spike
second lowest
out
tech
there?
ship of the Klingon Empire,
Yeah,
other than
kill
like
the one
Getingas.
diamond which is separate from the rest.
So yeah, the top team did a great job here of building diamonds. And also fleets. Like honestly, every top player built stuff. They had diamonds, they had... Do they have triple Klingons? What race is Shadow up there? Yeah, he's Klingons. Huh, yeah, so they had 3 Klingon players, all building Vorcha, Lispet, some Vutpas, and then Negvars. So like they all built heavy cruisers. And Drayzon did a pretty good job with all these
There's Sutee's big fleet.
Norexans.
Let's go and get Sutee fleet.
But in general, we just like I lost
the
too
right.
much on the Dodes.
Sutee's ass.
Jokarr
fleet.
never mind. And Ugly built like 12 Dode relays. Which are gone, by the way. Like they all got blown up. Because they die so fast. Ooh. Erickson got caught out.
See it?
I didn't realize. I actually got up to 3 nanite diamonds. So I guess I didn't really get raided all that much after the first fights. Oh no, I got a bunch of resources given to me. That's why. Drayzon gave me a crap ton of resources this game.
Alright, and the cube's retreating.
Oh, yeah, and I was so proud of myself. I was like, oh, I've got a cube and 3 nanite diamonds. Oh, right.
Oh,
I
you can phone back
forgot.
in if they're not retreating.
Suteeing
This
me.
was one of the encounters that
Come back
led
in.
to the nerf of Eutridium Beam. Because he did that to me. And I was like,
The diamonds
you
are
just
dead.
killed a diamond and like half-lifed 2 diamonds. And he only used it, well, okay, he used it with 4 diamonds, but still.
Oh, what's Jokarr
Like,
doing?
that special was so powerful.
Right, it's
And
dead.
it could have jumped to like 4 more targets too.
Jokarr
It,
sells a small
it didn't
Jokarr
even do
out
full
in the
damage
lead
because
for
I didn't
guys.
have enough ships there. Yeah, and there's just too much. I've got the Netites. Jokar's poor fleet like can't get in there because if Jokar's fleet enters the fight at all, it will
Come
die
check
in
the
like
cube.
10 seconds. Did I not even lose my cube yet though?
Diamonds. Oh, those aren't ours? Diamonds. My engines are down.
Oh, that's his cube. Oh, okay. So we got cubes dying in many places. I think, yeah, I actually had my cube at the end of this game, but like it was over.
I think I would have been better off just feeding Defiant so we could have built more ships.
So yeah, these are the kinds of games you play. Honestly, like this was like a mid-tier game because nobody left. We got to the end and people got to build stuff and have fun. Like some of our games are less fun than this, or someone quits and it's over. Some of our games are a lot more fun than this. Like we have some really good ones and I never record them. It's really sad. Like
it was a 3v4 with garbage.
I
lag.
literally
I believe
will
players on your team, right?
Yeah, but Joker doesn't
record
count.
like 3 games in a row that are trash and then the next game is fantastic and I don't record it. It's really sad. All right, let's see what the next one looks like.